Thank you so much for being part of our News 8 family, waking up with us here, 6 a.m. on a Tuesday. Hope you're doing well. I'm Eric Connert.
We are so glad you're here. I'm Stella Escobedo. That music just made me want to start dancing. I know it's 6 a.m., Evan, but never too early for that.
Get it on. Yep. Get the dance
watch
on.
Lilo and Stitch. Do you remember that?
Yeah, my daughter does.
Well,
yes.
Exactly. Yeah, as do I. And no, that song that was in the very first one on Disney Channel. So exciting. It is a nice way to start the morning. It's a little bit cooler too as we kick off the morning. 6:01 on the dot. Take a look outside. A little bit still dark out there. We're going to start to see the sun make its way through because that marine layer is not quite as active this morning, and in turn has allowed for a lot of overnight cooling. 10 degrees cooler right now in Alpine than this time 24 hours ago. 9 degrees cooler in El Cajon and Ramona. 6 degrees cooler in Oceanside. Take a look though. Excessive heat watch. That's what we're talking about Wednesday through Friday. We'll be talking about the heat that's going to kick in as well as the potential for some wildfire smoke in the forecast. It's all coming up in just a bit. Jenny is checking in on traffic.
That's how you spend your evenings and weekends.
Lilo
watching
and Stitch.
Disney Plus and Lilo and Stitch.
You know what I saw on Twitter the other day? It was the anniversary of when High School Musical 2 premiered, like the highest ratings that Disney Channel had ever gotten. And I was a High School Musical fanatic.
Well, there you go.
Zac Efron, Vanessa Hudgens, incredible.
Never saw it, but there ain't nothing wrong with
Is it that much of a surprise, Jenny?
Hey, good morning to you. What is it? My eyes are a little blurry. It's hard to see those little numbers, but it is 6:02. Good morning to you. Travel time wise, things aren't too shabby, but we've got 3 crashes. 905 heading east. This is right at the exit to the 5. We're dealing with that crash. Cruiser off to the side. Telegraph Canyon off of your freeways at Hailcrest Drive. Crews are also working to clear up debris associated with that. You can see Coronado Bridge looks pretty good up to the north. See that exclamation mark here? Well, this is a crash impacting the northbound side of the 15 right before you hit that 78. Good news is crews are off to the side. Even better news, the rest of your travel times are fine. Back to you.
This morning, testimony resumes in the trial of a man accused of murdering San Diego police officer Jonathan de Guzman.
And today we could hear from de Guzman's partner, Officer Wade Irwin, who was shot during the same incident and survived. Prosecutors say Jesse Gomez gunned down Officer de Guzman and injured Officer Irwin in Shelltown back in July of 2016. Gomez could face the death penalty if convicted of murder. The trial is expected to last 2 months.
This morning, we are learning more about the tragic death of Grossmont High School teenager killed in a deadly crash over the weekend. Police say 16-year-old Gaddy Cruz was not wearing a seatbelt and was speeding when he lost control and hit a pole. A friend of the family is also opening up about the dangers of street racing. He is urging other drivers to be mindful.
Please consider that driving is not a tool for racing. It could be very dangerous, and be careful and be ready because Jesus is coming soon.
3 passengers in the car were taken to the hospital in serious condition.
This morning, the debate is picking up over masks in the classroom, this time in the East County. One district will soon enforce a strict indoor masking policy and a change of plans.
It became the focus of a school board meeting, and News 8's Chris Groh joining us now with a reaction from parents as well as what's next here. Chris?
Yeah, good morning, Eric and Stella. So at first, the school district decided last month parents had a choice if their kids were to wear masks indoors. However, starting Wednesday, kids that don't wear masks indoors will have to go home for independent study unless they have a medical exemption, of course. Now, last night, Alpine superintendent tried to get ahead of the issue, tried to calm a lot of parents that were upset about the change. He stated Monday that if the state's requirements on masking in schools change, that then Alpine will move forward to implement that change as soon as possible. He believes parents should have a choice. Now, the CDC currently recommends mask wearing for all people ages 2 and up inside of schools. But look, parents and teachers, this has not been a smooth reopening for Alpine. On top of the mask controversy, last week, 24 students in Alpine had to be quarantined after 2 students in an outdoor class, which does not require masks, tested positive for COVID at Joan McQueen Middle School. Then, of course, we had last night where parents from both sides sounded off.
If I am willing to take a bullet for your children, I should be willing to risk getting COVID for your children as well. It's not hard to wear a mask. It hurts no one and only helps stop the spread of this disease.
And while some parents pointed out that this shouldn't be political, it is proving to be so nationwide. 87% of Democrats across the country believe masks should be required compared to 28% of Republicans, while only 13% of Democrats say masks should be optional. Stella and Eric?
Chris, thank you. Ahead of the new school year, San Diego Unified School District is implementing new COVID safety measures to protect students.
School officials held a virtual meeting to explain the policies. It includes testing requirements for unvaccinated students. The district says it is not implementing a weekly testing mandate at this time, but that could change.
For instance, if we're seeing very low rates, as people talked about, of student testing, we're going to need to make adjustments.
North of us, Los Angeles, the LA Unified School District will require weekly COVID testing for all students and staff, regardless of vaccination status.
Dr. Anthony Fauci is updating the pandemic timeline, saying that the crisis will not be under control until at least the spring of 2022. But he says it will require most Americans to get the vaccine. Listen.
That as we get into the spring, we could start getting back to a degree of normality, namely reassuming the things that we were hoping we could do. Restaurants, theaters, that kind of thing.
Right now, 60% of Americans have gotten at least one dose of a vaccine.
Well, summer break is over for more local families here, this time in the North County. Today is the first day of classes in the following districts: Carlsbad Unified, as well as Escondido Union. Wishing you all a great school year here as you're getting up, maybe getting ready and trying to figure out what to wear here today.
And it's not just the kids, because the parents have to figure out their whole new routine again, right? What time do I need to get in the car to get there on time?
I remember my mom always like rushing to make my sandwich in the morning. I don't know what, I mean, of course, when I was really young, I didn't need to be making my sandwich, but my mom made my sandwich all the way through, like, I think it was like middle school, like almost high school.
It was last year, wasn't it?
Okay, fine. My mom made my sandwich for lunch through last year. But honestly, that'd be pretty incredible. 6:07, a happy first day of school for those kids going back. We are not quite bright yet. We're starting to see the sun come in just over the next about 20 minutes or so. A little bit of haze out there, but not too much in terms of the marine layer. Marine layer is not quite as active this morning compared to previous mornings, and that is what has contributed to overnight cooling. So we're a little bit cooler to kick off your Tuesday morning today, as opposed to where we were yesterday morning. It's only 68 degrees in San Diego. 71, 72 is about where we were yesterday. Excessive heat watch takes effect tomorrow at 10 a.m., extends all the way through your Friday evening. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, San Diego County deserts are the spots to keep an eye on. However, this could be extended to your mountains and even to your inland valleys, because it is going to get real warm going into Wednesday afternoon, Thursday afternoon. Those are the days to really watch out for. Today, it is going to be warmer than yesterday, but it's not quite the territory needed to qualify for any of the excessive heat warnings or dangerously hot conditions. A little bit of patchy cloud cover out there on satellite radar, but nothing too intense to start off your Tuesday. Here's where we go by the afternoon. Partly cloudy skies along the coast and inland. It's going to be just pretty patchy in terms of the cloud cover. 78 along the coast, 87 inland, add about 10 degrees to that, and that's where we'll be by the time we get to your Thursday and Friday. 88 across the mountains, 106 for the deserts. Instead of 106, we'll be seeing 111, 112, 113 by the time we get to Thursday and Friday. So that's the trend that we see. Here's where your current temperatures are across the region. Your inland valleys have cooled to the low 50s. So 53 in Ramona right now, a little bit cooler. 56 in Poway. These temperatures are going to gain more than 30 degrees by the afternoon, so we're really going to see that warmth come in. Whereas downtown San Diego only going to gain about 10 degrees from where they are now at 68 degrees.